Thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky, your source for nerd news.
Guys, what's going on? Entertain the Geeky here, where myself, Chris,
And Roger.
and our special guest,
Paul.
Paul. That's it? Just Paul?
Paul, what do they call your surname?
Sullivan.
Paul Sullivan.
Or asshole, depending on who you're asking.
Which is half the population.
Paul the Asshole Sullivan.
See, all our guests still have their last names now.
Yeah, I've decided to completely drop mine.
Good. I'm glad. Stay with the anonymity.
Yeah, no, I want to be completely anonymous here.
Yeah, that because the shit you talk about,
Yeah.
you should stay anonymous. But our guest, we will throw under the fucking bus.
Gone.
Done.
You guys are fucked.
I know where one of you works.
Welcome to being fucked.
Welcome to being fucked.
Yeah. Your boss is here.
You're
what are you going to do?
I think he's a little more fucked than me, but...
Yeah. All right, Paul. So, as standard when we have a guest in, we kind of let them dictate what we're going to talk about. But first, we do have to recognize something.
15 years ago today.
Was a very bad day.
Yeah.
So, as standard tradition, I'd like to take a moment of silence and honor those who lost their lives on 9/11. All right. Now on with the fun, happy news.
Yep.
So, we let our guests dictate what normally we talk about. And Paul, go ahead. Throw out the first topic of the night.
We have Deathstroke.
Ooh, we do have Deathstroke.
Our new movie Deathstroke?
Our new
Yes.
movie,
Yes.
yes.
Mr. I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with an M.
Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson.
He played Flash Thompson in one of the Spider-Man
He
movies.
did. Holy shit.
You are right.
I know.
In the fucking.
In the good Spider-Man movies.
Those aren't good either.
Not the Andrew Garfield shit Spider-Man movies.
Those are bad too.
No, those are horrible.
But the other ones are just as bad, if not worse.
No.
Especially Spider-Man 3.
Yes, Spider-Man
That-
3 was horrible.
That's where Raimi lost me completely.
It wasn't Raimi's fault!
No, it was Raimi telling the studio to fuck off.
And the studio said, no.
Do you like having a budget?
Yeah, that's pretty much how this conversation went. Sam Raimi was like, excuse me, Sony, fuck off. And then Sony went, no money for you. And Sam went, okay, we'll do Venom now.
Yeah,
And
then he got killed by a fucking pumpkin bomb.
And we're going to put Eric from that 70s show as Venom.
So,
Eric.
I'll put a foot up your ass, Foreman. So,
Hey.
Deathstroke looks amazing, though.
He looks
Yes,
like
he
a
does.
fucking beast.
Do you think though that since Deathstroke is the serious version of Deadpool, or scratch that, Deadpool is the mockery of Deathstroke.
Who is basically Batman's ability combined with Captain America's super serum.
Do you think that the audience is going, a general audience, we're not talking about comic book fans or people that listen to the show.
Yeah.
Do you think the audiences are going to be able to sit there and see a character who is basically a carbon copy of another character and be okay with it?
Absolutely. I don't think everybody understands that.
I think as long as they have Deathstroke take out somebody and have Batman watch helplessly, and then Batman has to go try to stop him on his next one, they should be able to differentiate between him and Deadpool.
Okay. I mean, obviously it's not going to be... Deathstroke's not going to, like, fucking punch Colossus in the nuts and go, ooh, look at the T-Rex!
No, but they could kind of take a page out of Suicide Squad and have them take out somebody right before they go into the courthouse to testify.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Gotham mob boss or something. Or take out one of Batman's many C and D list enemies. And
Well, it's going to be interesting to see because Batfleck is this new type of Batman.
Fucking beastly.
He is, and he has no problem killing a motherfucker.
Or branding them.
I think at this point, now that he has to be the torchbearer of hope in the DC movie universe, we're probably going to see an end to that.
I hope not.
We already saw an end to it when he handcuffed fucking Deathstroke.
What?
Or, I'm sorry, fucking Deadshot. Sorry, talking about Deathstroke. No, when he handcuffed Deadshot, we saw that. Because he could have just been like, punch your daughter in the face, rape your mouth, done. I'm Batman. Now I'm going to brand you.
No, he's not rapey Christian Bale Batman.
Whoa.
Thank you for that.
Whoa.
I hate Christian Bale Batman.
What, one of the best Batmans we've gotten?
Oh, compared to George Clooney?
Whoa, don't you ever say an unkind word about George Clooney.
Bat nipples?
That wasn't George Clooney's fault. That was Schumacher's fault.
Okay, hold on.
He
Time out.
signed the contract.
He's George Clooney. He could have raised his hand and been like, "Yeah, I have a request here. I'm George Clooney. Take those nipples away."
George,
he probably asked for him.
At this point, George Clooney wasn't a big Hollywood star. He was the fucking boyfriend for Jackie and Roseanne, and he was an ER.
George Clooney was already a big Hollywood
He was
star.
on ER at that point.
Yeah, he was on ER. There's a big difference between being a big TV star and a big fucking Hollywood movie star.
Well, in this day and age, that line has been blurred.
Yeah.
heavily.
Well, yes, this day and
Severely.
age, fucking 20 years later, after George Clooney has fucked his way through all the 20-year-olds.
And I commend him for that.
Like, think about this. George Clooney's boning chicks that weren't even alive when he played in ER.
Yeah, more power
Lucky
to him.
bastard.
More power to him.
Fucking asshole. Fuck
He's like,
George
which
Clooney.
supermodel am I gonna date this week?
Fuck George Clooney.
Don't you say the other one.
Fuck.
That's mine. That's mine.
Fuck you, George Clooney.
I think you're a nice guy.
Who, George Clooney?
Yeah, I'd drink
Oh,
beers
I
with
would
him.
drink a beer with him in a heartbeat. You know why? He's gonna get us laid by some hot 20-year-old.
That's the thing. No, he wouldn't, because he'd be like, "Hey, what would your spouse think of this?" And we'd be like, "Fuck you, George Clooney."
Fuck you, George
He would
Clooney.
chuck us under the bus in a heartbeat.
You know what, though? I think, like I said, George Clooney was a good Batman. In all honesty, let's talk about the original four.
Val Kilmer was my favorite Batman,
Val Kilmer did, the best job in those movies.
except for Bruce Wayne.
I found his Bruce Wayne okay.
He was a pretty bad Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Great Batman.
He wasn't as bad as a Bruce Wayne as Christian Bale.
Christian Bale was a horrible Batman, too.
And technically a horrible person. Have you ever seen the stuff with him on the set of Terminator?
Oh my... Dude, screaming at people?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've
guys,
all had bad days.
that
He's
guy's
like Roger
a dick.
at work.
That guy's a dick. Like, screaming at a fucking light guy or something that's trying to do his job. Get the fuck out of this
You're
shot!
breaking my concentration! Because God knows all the Terminator movies have such epic scripts to work with.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Do they?
No.
That was
Oh, okay.
sarcasm.
I couldn't tell. You were smiling.
That's how you knew it was sarcasm.
Normally he jerks off when it's sarcasm.
I technically do that all the time, but whatever.
Sex addict.
Is it a sex addict if you're jerking it off, or is it a self-pleasure head?
It's all of it.
Where the fuck are we going with this?
Back to
Ninja
Batman.
Turtles porn?
No, we've already discussed Ninja Turtle porn. Oh, they're working on a sequel to that.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my god, it's called coming out of your shell. And guess how they spell coming?
Oh. How did they spell it, Roger?
With a U. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Apparently, in this time around, we are going to see Krang in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles porn.
Oh my God.
So I'm hoping it's just a big giant vagina. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
I want to throw up right now.
Like, you see this robot woman with big tits and a giant vagina coming out of her stomach.
Fucking
What, looking like she got hit in the gut with a shotgun?
It's like hentai in real life.
wow, best porn ever.
I'll watch it. You know I will.
I know you will.
Ah,
You fucking deviant. So back to Batman.
so Batfleck.
Yeah.
I'm so sold.
Dude, he's fucking great.
Yeah, and especially with him handling writing the script with Jeff Johns.
Hmm.
I mean, you've got one of the greatest minds in comic books that basically rebuilt the DC universe and made characters nobody cared about awesome. And then you've got a Oscar-winning writer and director. I don't think you can go wrong with Batman on that one.
All right, I'm talking strictly to the non-geeks out there who bitch about DC movies. DC does not write movies for you perds. They do not make movies for people who don't read their books. If you want to know what DC is trying to say in their movies, read their books. You will love every movie they've done.
Especially Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. If you read Flashpoint, Batman v Superman makes so much more sense.
It does.
Like, you kind of need to actually read the source material. Whereas Marvel is saying, hey, we're going to make movies for people who don't know anything about anything. DC is saying, fuck that. We've got millions of fans who will watch our movies and love them for the comic books that they are.
And make fucking $700 million on Suicide Squad. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Avengers money, but it's still a fucking profit.
$700 million. That's almost Avengers money.
You're looking at like 1.5 billion.
1.2 billion is the highest they've grossed. 1 billion on another one, and then I think 1.1 billion.
Yeah.
They're getting really fucking close to that with that 700 million.
You still got, 300 million to hit $1 billion, and then whatever
That's
the
still-
0.2 ends up being.
That's fucking impressive.
I think at this point they'd have to do a Plastic Man movie just to try and compete with Ghostbusters money.
What, like negative?
Yes.
Oh, they lost so much money on that movie.
They lost so much money they had to change the name for the DVD release.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, it's no longer Ghostbusters. It's like how it was just Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Now it's Ghostbusters, Answer the Call.
Or as I like to call it, Ghostbusters. Let it go to voicemail.
Yeah, because that's how bad that movie actually did this summer. They turned the rights back over to Ivan Reitman, where they belong. He is going to take the reins now.
Is he going to keep the cast?
No, apparently they're not going to do another live-action sequel. At least not for a while.
There is a God, he loves us all. Sorry, reflex.
What Ivan Reitman's going to do is he's going to take reins on the cartoon that they're developing, and he's talking about maybe doing an animated movie with the voices of the real Ghostbusters. So you'll have,
wow, that'd be good.
Yeah, the original, not the original cast of the movies, but the cast of the old school 80s cartoon reprising their roles, and that's going to be what Ghostbusters 3 should have been.
Agreed.
Or what the video game was.
Well, yeah, except, Bill Murray has nothing to say about this, because fuck you, we don't need you.
Wow.
He's full of Hollywood hate today.
Dude, Bill Murray, I've already said it. I've already said why Bill Murray pisses me off. I'm not going to retread this issue.
No, I completely agree with you on it, because I would have loved to have seen a true Ghostbusters sequel to Ghostbusters 2, and heck, I would have been happy with the most recent Ghostbusters movie if they would have just done like what the movie Creed did and passed the torch. That's all they had to do.
Wasn't Creed good?
It was awesome.
Creed was amazing. Creed was the best Rocky movie since Rocky IV when he fought the Russian.
I must break you.
Right. Have you seen Creed?
No.
Why? You got a problem with Creed?
No, I just
Do you
didn't
hate
feel
Michael
like
B.
it.
Jordan? Is it because of Fantastic Four or what?
I mean, that could be it.
No,
actually.
Forgive him for that and watch Creed.
No. What was that? It started with a C. It was a different superhero movie, but it was fucking great, and he was in it.
Started with the C. Constantine?
No, it wasn't. Come on.
Hey, I don't know.
Fuck.
That doesn't start with C.
It doesn't?
No, cunt.
No,
starts with C.
fuck does not start with C.
No, shut up. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, you keep talking there, buddy.
Welcome to the Tourette's cast.
Shit balls. No, it was a fuck, man. This is bullshit.
What was his name? Michael B. Jordan?
Jordan, yeah. The Covenant or something like that. It wasn't The Covenant, but it was good.
I remember hearing Kevin Smith talk about it on his podcast.
It was a good
It
fucking
was
flick.
practically blowing the movie the whole time.
It was a good flick.
He was in Fruitvale Station. He's in The Wire. Chronicle.
Dude,
Chronicle. The remake of Akira.
Yeah, movie was great.
Movie was fantastic.
It was
Haven't
great.
seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Oh, man, you should.
Okay, so imagine Akira done lost footage style, and you pretty much have this movie.
Never seen Akira, but okay.
Basically, a meteorite crashes, kids get powers.
How the fuck have you never seen Akira?
FM. Fucking magic.
You seriously not watched? You've seen Akira? Well, you're young, so I can't slap you if you haven't.
No, I've not watched Akira.
Fuck both of you! I want to sit in my corner.
All right.
Okay, so we're in the same company as George Clooney and Bill Murray. We're doing pretty good.
And that other guy.
Yep.
Who's not going to be named.
No, I'm saying it later.
No, I've not watched it yet. Honestly, I don't watch movies like I used to. Like if this was 10 years ago.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I feel that. Okay. I feel that there are certain movies you need to see in your life. There, Tombstone,
So good.
Lethal Weapon,
So good.
Die Hard, Jurassic Park. These are the caliber of movies that you just need to see. Slapshot, The Exorcist. I can go through every genre of movies that you just need to see. And Akira is on that list. If you're not a fan of anime, you still need to watch Akira. I mean, that's what brought...
It's an anime thing?
It is.
Okay, that's why I haven't seen it.
Well, it's from the 80s. It's actually what...
Is it live action?
No.
Okay, that's why I haven't seen it.
It brought anime to the West. This is the first serious movie that came out. They were like, oh, Robotech is cute. Oh, Astro Boy's cute. Oh, look at all this kid shit.
Hold on, because we talked about this a little bit last week. You know, one of those 90s fucking animes that we totally left out? Gundam
Gundam Wing was
that shit blew the fuck up, man.
I did forget
and it was
about Gundam.
good.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
watch
it was.
And if you actually followed the story, it was a great telling of the horrors of war and everything hidden behind giant robots wrecking shit.
Remember,
Well,
I was poor and I didn't have cable.
You had Gundam Wing, and then they did the Gundam whatever where they were fighting in tournaments all the time. Did you watch that one?
I didn't make it past Wing.
So basically, every country had a Gundam and a representative that fought on their behalf, and there was a competition every year, and it was kind of like the Olympics, but with Gundams. And like wars were fought with these giant robots, and it was just, hey, I don't like you guys over there in China. You're dicks. Your robot, our robot. Let's do this.
I think you just killed any possibility of downloads in China at this point.
No, they love us.
Yeah, China loves us. We actually have a listener in China.
We do.
You did.
We did.
No, I just threw an example out there because that could have been Britain saying it, not America.
Yeah. Fuck Britain.
Yeah.
Now we just lost those British listeners.
Oh no, we love you, British.
No.
Fuck, how do I pander and hate at the same
here,
time?
I got it. Fuck you, North Korea.
No, we have North Korean listeners.
How?
No, we don't.
No,
we
that's
don't.
Vietnam. Sorry. Do we have Cambodia listeners?
How about this?
If we keep this up, somebody's going to launch a
Fuck
nuke
you,
at us.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he'll never listen.
He
Fuck
doesn't give a
you.
shit.
Unless you get Dennis Rodman as a guest.
Ooh.
Dennis Rodman probably won't come on.
He might.
He might come on you.
I don't know what he's into.
Again, what is Dennis Rodman into?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Besides being Wesley Snipes' inspiration for Demolition Man.
Such a great movie.
Actually, you know what?
Demolition Man.
You know what's sad? It's reverse. Dennis Rodman saw Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man and decided that's who he wanted to be.
That is me.
Yeah. And so
I'm
that's
Simon
where,
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's where the hair and all that came from, was him watching Demolition Man going, yes.
Just imagine if Blade came out first.
Oh.
And him trying to emulate Blade.
He'd have been killing motherfuckers.
I know.
Like on the court. Hey, so real quickly, we here at Entertain the Geeky normally have a beer when we do this podcast. And this is my public service announcement for everyone out there. This beer from Four Hands Brewing Company called Citywide.
Nope.
Don't drink it.
Never.
It's an American Pale Ale. Which
No,
that's what it says. American Pale Ale.
It says that on it, but there's fruit in it.
Yeah, it's got a very shock toppy taste to it.
It's gross.
It's not good.
It's like drinking cat piss.
With flavored orange.
Yeah, with orange zest.
It's like if we took orange high C and threw it in piss flavored Budweiser.
And they're trying to pander to St. Louisans by saying, it goes great with toasted ravioli and pork steaks. The fuck it does. The only thing that would make this better is a healthy dose of cyanide to end your life after drinking this shit.
You know what the best part of this beer was?
When it was over?
The can's empty now.
Yep.
I drank 2 of these fuckers.
You handed me the can, and I was pretty excited about it. I was like, cool, a beer.
And what's bad is usually they make great beer. This one, not so much.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Four Hands Brewery. Milk Stout's good, Nitro, all of it's good, but Citywide was kind of gross.
That was yucky. That was legitimately yucky.
Whenever my cousin comes in from Iowa, he always buys as much forehands as he can get to take back up.
Well, you need to tell him. You need to say, listen, motherfucker.
I like
don't
him, so I'm
get
gonna tell him to avoid this like the plague.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, don't touch this shit.
Yeah, this shit's gross.
It's Aki Poopy.
It's so bad. All right. So we've talked Batfleck.
Is it Into Darkness bad, or...
What, Batfleck? Oh, this beer?
Triggered!
This beer, oh man, it's like, it's not Into Darkness bad, because like I said before, Into Darkness tried to have a plot and fail. This beer is Star Trek Beyond bad. Like,
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't go see Star Trek Beyond.
Don't!
I'm pretty sure it'll be out on Blu-ray before
It
long.
failed.
I'm sure you can
It
pirate
failed.
that movie.
Star Trek Beyond failed.
Just-
They're not making their money back. Like I'm so fucking happy.
Just pirate that.
I just gave my last name on this podcast. I'm sure as shit not going to admit to pirating anything on the internet.
I'm not saying you have to illegally download it, but illegally stream it.
Illegally streaming is not pirating, I don't think.
It probably is. I'm still not going to watch the movie.
What, Star Trek Beyond?
Correct.
Don't.
I wasn't going to.
Good.
I don't watch any of those Star Trek movies.
You should.
No, I'm not watching any of those.
You should watch The Whales.
I will not watch any of the 3 new Star Trek movies.
Don't.
I won't.
The first one's okay.
I'm still not going to watch
The first one's pretty good.
it. Doesn't matter.
You should watch the first one.
I'm not.
You should.
You don't tell me how to live my life.
I do.
Wait, you're telling him you should watch J.J. Abrams'
Look.
audition tape for
Star Wars?
Yes,
Star Wars?
the first,
Because that's all that first one was.
yeah, and it was good. You notice how it was good when he found out he got the job. He gave us Into Darkness. Fuck you, J.J. Abrams.
That's how you.
Well, then he
That's
gave
how you
us that
toss the
fucking
road.
Star Wars.
Fuck yeah, that Star Wars was bad. Episode 7 was bad.
It was bad.
He burned that bridge like a champ. He doused gas on it, going back to Star Trek, and then he chucked a road flare on it, gave us a double birds, and sat on Star Trek or Star Wars Island laughing.
But and then gave us a
and
bad
then pissed
movie.
on that.
The best part of the whole movie was the bolt stopping midair.
Yeah. Oh, that was fucking cool.
Well, that and Han Solo, fucking Harrison Ford. Come on,
So-
you screaming at your kid. I love you for that.
Yeah, he busted out the dad voice hardcore.
I had a buddy at work watch this movie, and he's like, the whole movie, me and my friend were like, where's Luke? Where's Luke? Where's Luke? And then about halfway through, we realized he was going to be a cameo, and we all got pissed. Yeah.
But is there any way you could have added Luke to that story and added anything?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
to it?
She could have found Luke. We could have had since they were already ripping off another Star Wars movie, he could have been Ben Kenobi. They could have killed his ass. Kylo Ren could have done it too.
But you know why they'd kill Harrison Ford before Mark Hamill?
Because Harrison Ford asked to be killed in the original trilogy.
And
Yeah,
it cost a whole hell of a lot more.
You didn't need Harrison Ford in this movie. I'm sorry. Harrison Ford played Han Solo again like the guy that just didn't care. Like the last good Han Solo we had was when he looked at Princess Leia and he said, "I know."
Okay, that's not true because we've already talked about his dad scene. It was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't.
That's who Han is now.
Now, the guy walking on the bridge to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned a lightsaber on himself.
That's the only explanation I have.
That is so fucking Han Solo.
Is it?
Yes.
No, we've discussed this. The only reason Han Solo killed himself is because he knew that the "I told you so" moment didn't work with Leia.
Are you sure it wasn't an honor killing over Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull?
Ooh.
I'm so sorry about that movie.
I forgot about that.
Star Wars seppuku.
That's the only
I
reason
accept his apology if that's what happened.
We need to email him and be like, Harrison, what happened?
Did you kill yourself to make up for Indiana Jones?
If so, apology accepted.
All right, fuck it. All right, that's actually a good topic. The most disappointing movie you've ever seen. Not the worst movie you've ever seen, but the movie you were looking forward to so much that just shit on all of your expectations.
So Star Wars Episode 7 for me.
Really?
Yes.
Episode 7?
Yes.
You didn't go into that movie thinking it was going to be bad?
I went into that movie with such high hopes. Okay, you have Kevin Smith, like the nerd messiah, talking about how great this fucking movie is, talking about how when he got to go onto the Millennium Falcon, he fucking cried and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my god, this is going to be the best Star Wars movie ever.
In his defense of that statement, I think anybody that actually loves those movies, if they were given the opportunity to set foot on the Falcon, would cry.
Yeah, let's be
I'm
honest.
not-
And I'm not talking
I'm not
that
faulting the
attraction
dude for that.
at Disney
I'm not
or anything like that. I'm
faulting
just
the
saying
dude for
on the
that.
set.
All I'm saying is I thought it was going to be better because he got to do recordings for it. He got sneak peeks of that movie. So like I had very, very, very high hopes for it.
But in retrospect, if all Kevin Smith saw while he was on the set was that opening scene, like if that's what they were shooting when he was on set, he just got to walk on the Falcon. Because that opening scene was pretty badass.
It was cool.
Well, most of the stuff on Jakku was not bad in that movie.
I just didn't like the movie.
Yeah, we
No, I'm
did
just
not-
saying
I
the
did
stuff
not-
on Jakku itself was...
I did not need to see A New Hope again.
No, I hated
Period.
episode 7.
Period.
All right, Paul, a movie that had you so hyped up.
I'm gonna have to go with a franchise because my disappointment cannot be contained in one movie.
Transformers.
X-Men.
Oh.
Some movies did okay, but as a whole, complete disappointment.
All right, which one was your favorite X-Men movie and why?
Man, that's a tough one. Probably gonna have to say 2.
Which one? Why?
Nightcrawler.
Just that Nightcrawler.
No, that's
Out of
all you
the
needed.
stuff,
You're
I mean,
right.
Growing up, reading X-Men as a kid, he was one of those characters that was always involved, in the cartoon, comics, you name it. Real,
He was badass.
Yeah. And then, where he shined the most, X-Men the arcade game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler wrecked shit in that game.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. All right, which one was the worst? Which one kicked you in the nuts and destroyed your childhood?
I'm going to have to say it's a toss-up between X-Men 3, on disappointment level, and
Wolverine Origins.
I'm trying to keep those separate, unless you really want this mic to get thrown out the window.
I mean,
Go ahead, we're getting new mics.
And X-Men Apocalypse. There was so much good that could have happened in that movie.
I didn't even watch it.
They had the opportunity to tie everything up, make it decent, and they just kind of squandered it all over again.
Interesting. I haven't seen Apocalypse.
I won't watch Apocalypse.
It wasn't bad. It was just there were so many little things that they just messed up in the movie. It's made it a disappointment.
Their storyline got so fuckered up in that franchise, it wasn't even funny. Like, the best thing to come out of that was Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he's hardly part of that franchise.
Nope. Like, my fear is this. Like, they talk about X-Men needing to go back to Disney, what have you.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't have the balls to put out a Deadpool 2. At least Fox will.
No. Disney doesn't need Deadpool. They could work out an agreement with Fox for Deadpool. Let fucking Fox keep Deadpool. Get the X-Men back and do the right fucking thing.
Yeah, but that's not what they're going to do. It's all or nothing. You know this.
The way Disney has gone over the last couple years on trying to make the X-Men irrelevant in the comic universe by bringing the Inhumans up more and more, do they need them at this point? And,
yes.
And would they be able to eat crow and reverse course and put the X-Men in without looking like idiots?
They could.
Do you know how much money
Remember
Marvel
when they
would
did
make?
it with Spider-Man?
Yeah. You know how much money Marvel will make if they got the X-Men film rights back? If they could fucking bring us Night of the Sentinels.
It would be instantaneous. It would be fucking money because all the nerds would go see that movie 17 times while opening day. I'd go see it twice, 3 times opening day.
We want to see big blue spandex in our movies.
Period.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. We would get to see the X-Men told the way they're supposed to be told, instead of this kind of trying to be gritty realism that Fox is giving us.
And not have Havoc be old enough to be Cyclops' dad.
Yeah, we don't.
It's all silly.
We don't go with that. But think about it. Interesting thing that I just realized as I was just talking about the blue spandex. Think about how suits were interpreted in comic book movies before the whole Captain America. You had Batman and Superman, which paid very close attention to their original comic book forms. Every other comic book movie tried to take it to realistic. You had the leather X-Men. You're shaking your head now.
Ghost Rider.
Okay.
It was perfect.
And what's realistic about raised webbing?
I don't fucking know.
About what?
On the Spider-Man suits in the movies.
Oh, yeah, the 3D webbing.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Spider-Man suits.
I'm staring right at Spider-Man on that poster.
Yeah, that's the good... Notice how that's the good Spider-Man?
That's Scarlet Spider 1. And that is a good series.
I was going to say, there's Ben Reilly.
But there's that Spider-Man right behind you.
No, time out. This is Kane Parker.
Yeah, that's not Ben Reilly.
He's the new Scarlet Spider. He fucking lobotomized Carnage. He's a badass. If you've not read Scarlet Spider Volume 2, do yourself a favor and go read it.
Yeah, show some respect on this
because
show.
It is good. He tips his hat to Ben Reilly, and Ben Reilly plays a part. He feels bad for tormenting him, basically, and Peter Parker. And the whole series is him trying to atone and run away from his problems, and he ends up having to become a fucking superhero in Houston.
Do you know why?
Because he's great.
No, because with great power comes great responsibility.
He still denies it. And then when the pinnacle of the series is him fucking lobotomizing Carnage, him and Agent Venom, Flash Thompson's Venom, are fucking tracking down Carnage.
Lieutenant Dan Venom. And he fucking... They kick Carnage's ass, and he's like, I can't let him be alive anymore because that's not the right thing to do. Bam! You okay, Wayne?
The Lieutenant Dan Venom.
That was beautiful.
I just picture Peter Parker going, "You got magic legs, Venom," in my head, and it's Andrew Garfield saying it, so it makes all sense.
I don't know. I can see Toby saying that one too. Fucking emo Toby.
And then doing jazz hands afterwards.
He'd fucking walk up with his hair over one eye and he'd be like, "You got magic legs." It looked like a fucking scary clown when he did it.
Oh, poor Tobey Maguire. All right.
What do you got?
So I've been reading a lot about Dreamcast. Like if movies were made in the night. What? No.
What about your guys' most disappointing movie?
I already said mine. It's Roger's turn.
Lost World, Jurassic Park 2.
Not the third one?
No. Here's why. The third one, I will stand up and fight for. One, it wasn't based off a book to shit on. And it was a fun little action movie. Was it as good as Jurassic Park 1? No. Was it better than The Lost World? Yes.
That's fair.
The Lost World took this book that I had read, that I was so excited when it came out as a kid, that I poured through The Lost World in like 2 weeks. And when I saw the movie, I was so excited. Then I see them killing raptors with gymnastic flips and a T-Rex go through San Diego. Fuck you, Lost World.
You
Jurassic
just
Park.
stuttered on that one.
Fuck you. Yeah, that. You look at moments in your life when Nerd Rage starts, and it was walking out of Lost World Jurassic Park. That's when I first had my Nerd Rage.
You don't even love what we do.
I love what we do.
You don't even love what we do. You like saying fuck a lot.
I like getting it out there to realize that our pulp culture, as much as I love it, there's a lot of fucking shit in there. And there's sparks of brilliance. The Daredevil Netflix show is one that comes to mind. There's sparks of brilliance out there.
Jessica Jones is really good too.
Yeah, whatever.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I didn't care.
Everything we're seeing of Luke Cage looks really good
Luke Cage looks amazing.
It's getting 5 out of 5 star ratings. But here, hold on. Everything that Marvel is putting out is getting that kind of rating. So that doesn't mean a whole lot until you watch it. I have faith in them, don't get me wrong. But I want to see it for myself just because fucking what critics say is obvious bullshit at this point.
I just like pointing out the fact that a lot of people can go fuck off. And really that goes down to Lost World and the new Star Trek movies. Speaking of Star Trek, all right, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
50th anniversary of Star Trek. Now, you two are not big Star Trek fans like me.
Yeah.
But you've watched it growing up.
Yep.
So I'd like to take a moment and say, what was your favorite moment of Star Trek? It doesn't have to be TOS. It can be any of the shows.
Watching Professor X kiss a Borg.
Okay.
It's like, I remember seeing that when I think I was about 6 or 7 years old when I saw that.
For those who don't know, this is First Contact.
It is First Contact. There's a scene where fucking Professor Charles Xavier...
Jean-Luc Picard.
That's what I said. Charles Xavier kisses a Borg, or the Borg kisses him, and he just kind of goes with it. And I was like, this isn't happening.
He was channeling Shatner, trying to bang all species.
Yeah, he was.
His dick was out and everything.
So that was your favorite. That is yours.
Was it for Harambe?
It stuck for me. It stuck with me more than anything else out of Star Trek.
Okay.
For me, it would have to be kind of back to the Borg and Captain Picard. It would be when they did introduce the Borg into the series, and he got captured and turned into the Borg. And at the end of the episode where he just got turned into Locutus, when he stepped on screen and you seen that laser go right into the camera and he introduced himself, it was just a total what the fuck moment.
That was the what the fuck, not what followed when Riker said, "Mr. Worf, fire," and then it cut to black, and that was the cliffhanger.
Well, the whole scene.
Such a good scene.
That's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, that's
a good cliffhanger.
That is a really...
That is the epitome of a cliffhanger.
That's a dick move.
Do you guys know the backstory behind that cliffhanger?
No.
Patrick Stewart's contract was up, and they didn't know if he'd be coming back next season. So they wrote it. They wrote that, and then they wrote 2 scripts after that. One where it worked and Picard was destroyed, and the one that we got where Picard was saved. Fortunately, Picard negotiated Patrick Stewart negotiated this contract and came back on, but they had plans, if they couldn't, for Riker to take over the ship at that moment. Like, that's some backstory that happened and led to the greatest thing ever.
I'd just like to see him try and Riker sit on the captain's chair.
For me, it's a Deep Space Nine episode in the Pale Moonlight, where the whole thing is Cisco trying to get the Romulans into the Dominion War, and you see him team up with Garrick, who through the entire series you don't know if he's a good guy, if he's a bad guy, what he really does, but you see Cisco do some shit that the Federation would not be proud of. We're talking causing deaths of ambassadors. And at the end, he gives the most Shatner of Shatner speeches, where he is screaming, "It is for the good of the Federation!" And the ends justify the means. And after he goes on this whole rant...
And the ends justify the means.
Yeah, he goes on this whole rant, and he looks at the camera, deadpan, holding this glass of whiskey, and he just goes, "Computer, delete journal entry." Takes a sip, cut to black, credits roll. And I was like, oh, fuck, Cisco's gonna fuck some shit up.
That's kind of cool.
To me, that was the best moment of 50 years of Star Trek. So happy birthday, Star Trek. Fucking 50 years and kind of still going strong. I got hopes for Star Trek Discovery being good.
Not for $10 a month.
No, that's only $10 if you don't want commercials.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
catch that.
it's $5 for their streaming service, $10 if you don't want to watch commercials during it. Or you can find a way to run your router to where it shows up out of Canada.
Not hard to do.
Yeah, out of this northern America continent and
You can
across
Google
the
how to
seas.
do that, people.
We'll just claim NAFTA and call it legal.
And get it on Netflix for free.
Canada actually does have a pretty impressive Netflix setup.
You know, I mean, no, it's not in Canada. It'll be like you have to do it from Great Britain. Like Canada and the United States are getting boned on the deal. They have to get CBS streaming. But if you're like in Britain or fucking Uganda, you can watch Star Trek, Discovery, boom, like a regular Netflix show.
Guys, people are going to rage about that. It'll get put on American Netflix.
Eventually.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, eventually it'll show up. You just won't get it brand new.
It'll be all right. Do you go back and rewatch Star Trek?
All the time.
Okay. It'll be fine.
Speaking of which, have you guys gone on CW and watched Constantine yet?
Yes.
I downloaded it.
Who's the one that
played
told
it.
you about it?
I did not watch it.
Did you play it at least?
I played it.
All right, as long as you played
I
it.
played it.
Call to action, nerds. Save Constantine. That's really what matters.
Save Constantine.
Save it. It's such a good show.
But then again, with Justice League Dark coming out or getting greenlit again, it may be a no-go.
Justice League Dark, though, is just the animated cartoon.
I thought they were doing a live action.
I haven't heard anything about
Okay.
live action.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did a live action. Dude, they're just fucking... All they're trying to do now is catch up to Marvel with their cinematic
Yeah,
universe.
don't do that, DC. Just make your fucking movies, do your own thing, and be good at it. I'd rather see good DC movies like fucking Suicide Squad and
Did you
Batman
watch
v
it?
Superman. No, I haven't seen it. I'm saying good because everything I've heard from people I trust has been it's good.
It's a good flick.
All these fucking poser nerds have said it was bad, so I don't fucking care what they say.
Critics said it was bad.
Poser nerds.
They said...
Fuck critics.
They said Ghostbusters
Was good.
was good.
And you're sexist for hating Ghostbusters.
You are
Well,
sexist for hating Ghostbusters.
You know, the fucking capitalist system said enough of your shenanigans. We will not support a movie that calls us sexist if we hate it. Speaking of shitty remakes, you guys hear Highlander's getting one?
No.
Highlander's getting a remake.
Uh-oh.
And it gets worse. They won't just have sword fights to kill the immortals. Like any type of getting your head will kill you.
So they're gonna, like, machine gun people's heads
Yeah,
off?
apparently, like, the director was talking about how there's a scene of an immortal walking into a gas station and him getting his head blown off by a sniper rifle.
What the fuck kind of sniper rifle are you using?
Who gives a shit? That's not fucking Highlander!
Hold on, time out. You know what would be cool? Have you guys seen the turkey guillotine?
No.
It is a very impressive arrow. When shot, 4 blades deploy, and it will decapitate a turkey. It is for hunting. It would be badass if they did that in Highlander. I would not fucking
So
do
what
that.
you're saying is Hawkeye is finally useful.
Oh, dude. Hawkeye has exploding fucking
I
arrows.
know.
This thing
Speaking
is
of
a whole
Hawkeye,
new level of sinister.
Speaking of Hawkeye, can we talk about a Netflix opportunity that they're not approaching on? Hawkeye TV. The Hawkeye TV show.
I'd rather see Moon Knight first.
Fuck Moon Knight. Did you read the Hawkeye comics where it was Clint Burton's day off? Like, that needs to be a TV show.
Yeah, but is Jeremy Renner that hard up for money?
I don't know if it's being hard up for money. Jeremy Renner has said since he started playing Hawkeye that he wants to play the Hawkeye he signed on for. So I think he would do it if it meant he got to play the character he wants to play. Now, I don't know what the fuck you expect from a guy that shoots arrows when you're dealing with Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor. But hey, this is a way for him to shine. And
True.
You can have him team up with Daredevil and fucking take some bad guys down one night, and then they go grab beers and cheeseburgers. Or
Hawkeye
shawarma.
and Deadpool?
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be a kick-ass little series to do, man.
Oh, man. I would watch that movie.
Get fucking Reynolds on with it.
Reynolds
Just
would do it.
I know he would. That's a dumb... You know if anybody from fucking Marvel was like, hey, we're going to put Deadpool in a movie, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, all right.
I'll do it for scale. Let's go.
He'd be like, you don't even have to pay me. I already stole the costume. Record
it. You know, Ryan Reynolds loves fucking Deadpool. And he does a good job.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. So, Paul, we've talked comics, we've talked movies, we've talked a little bit of things. What else gets you happy in the morning?
Other than pushing your boner into the bed because it feels good.
Oh, hold on, time out.
And Wayne's mom.
Time out. So I gotta tell you this story that Courtney it's a little personal, so it's just us talking.
Just the three of us and
Right.
everybody that listens. Go
All
on.
right. So apparently the other night I was sleeping and humping the bed, like just apparently going to town on the fucking mattress.
The most uncomfortable part of this story right now is that Wayne is literally sitting in front of the door, so we can't go anywhere, no matter how uncomfortable this gets.
Nobody knows who Wayne is.
Yeah, it's Roger.
Oh, what Roger? Shit.
So I'm humping the bed apparently, and Courtney woke up to me humping the bed, and the next morning she was like, "So who are you dreaming about?" And I had no idea what she was talking about because obviously I don't remember my dreams. And she's like, because whoever it was, they were getting tore the fuck up, and I just want to know who gets you that excited because I just want to know.
All I wanted to hear when you started telling this is that you were fucking dirty talking to your bed.
I don't know if I was.
You take that, you fucking whore. Fucking hate fucking his bed.
As the cat looks on from the corner like, what the fuck?
And Roger's like, you dirty bitch, throw the cat at me. And then the cat's like, I didn't sign up for it. When you adopted me, I didn't know this would happen.
So apparently that happened. That's my one embarrassing story for the night. All right, Paul, so what gets you happy in the morning?
Not thinking about that.
I'm so hard right now. I'm gonna hate fuck my bed tonight.
I don't even remember doing it. Like, I don't sleep on my belly normally, so this is all weird to me. Like, I don't understand what happened.
We need her on the show. I want to be like, what was he saying? What noises was he making? Because I just want the fucking reenactment. He was like, he's motorboating the fucking pillow, going to town on this bitch.
I just want to know, did I start spanking the bed? Like the side of the bed?
I want you to
grab the headboard from
I just want you to know what this would look like. It would look like a dead fish flopping around if you were spanking a bed. Did you cry when you were done?
Yeah, so she told me that.
That's love. What gets you hard in the morning?
Usually I'm too tired to even think about it.
No. We're talking one of the things that just you, Paul.
That was
some of the different TV shows out there, like, well, some of the CW stuff.
Like what?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
So you were supposed to nerd out on Game of Thrones a bit here.
And you've kind of dodged the bullet here.
Well, because I found out somebody doesn't watch it.
Who
So.
gives a fuck about that person?
Well, I was just going to throw a topic out there as far as...
Throw it out there.
What's everybody's favorite or most compelling character, favorite secondary character, and favorite dead character?
Favorite dead character is hands down fucking Ned Stark.
Ned Stark.
He
dead.
was all that was right in the world. Dead.
Dead. Just
Dead.
gone. First season, dead.
Jon Snow's my favorite living character. And then what was the other one?
Secondary character?
Secondary character. Fucking Arya Stark, dude. I love the Starks. Arya's a fucking beast.
She's Batman.
She's a beast. She is way cooler than Batman. Fuck that guy.
Like, no,
And apparently she has Wolverine's healing abilities.
Yeah, she heals fast.
She's a badass.
And
I like the dogs.
most of them are dead.
I don't care.
Did you know that the girl that plays Sansa actually adopted her dog in real life?
Good for her.
Yeah.
You want to hear something else fucked up?
What's that?
You know the guy that played Tywin Lannister is the bad guy from Last Action Hero?
That movie kicks ass!
Last Action Hero does kick ass.
I haven't watched that movie since '96, but you were completely right.
Yeah.
The guy with the fucking smiley face eye?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, he was the dude with the axe.
That threw the axe?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking the guy with the smiley face eye.
No. Tywin Lannister was the guy that threw the axe.
Okay.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, no.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking the guy with the fucking smiley eye.
He was the true inspiration for the Matrix.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bullet Schwarzenegger.
Dropping some nerd knowledge. Fuck. For me, my favorite alive character.
Or most compelling.
I'm going to say this, and it wasn't until the last episode, and it was Sansa Stark. Because she's been played off as the, oh my god, bad shit happens to me, oh my god, I'm a whiny, cute redhead. But that
I'm a
last
mediocre Jean Grey.
right, but last episode of the season where she came up, she's like, "You fuckers didn't listen to me. You almost fucking died in your war. Who the fuck do you think you are? I know what I'm talking about." And then when she turned to fucking Littlefinger, whatever the fuck his name is, and she's like, "Either you're a fucking idiot, or you fucking new. Get fucked." I was like, "Oh, beautiful." Favorite dead character? Since you said Ned, I'll go with Catelyn Stark, because that death caught me off guard. And just the look of pure horror on her face when she watched her fucking daughter-in-law get stabbed like 160 times.
In her fucking pregnant belly.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That was amazing.
That was fucking brutal.
And my favorite secondary character, the you-know-nothing Jon Snow girl. Because she did so much for Jon Snow's character. And in real life, they're dating now.
I would date Jon Snow, dude. He's fucking
Her
cool
name
as
was
shit.
Ygritte, right?
Yeah, Ygritte. Yeah, no. Ygritte was a cool secondary character.
Winter's coming.
Winter's been here, bitch.
I think my favorite dead character is Barristan the Bold.
Oh,
because if you really think about it, he
Was
belongs
it
in like the Knights of King Arthur at the Round Table. He's like a very pious knight and everything else. He by all rights should not survive in that world because he was part of the Kingsguard for the Mad King. So it would have been in their best interest to off his ass when they took over.
What was awesome about him, though, was unlike who we named Ned and Catelyn, whose death was kind of a pussy death, to be honest with you. Like, Ned Stark went down like a man, but there was no fight. It was just execution swing.
Well, hang on.
Aaron went down.
Before Ned Stark started... Hang on. Before Ned Stark died, he shit on everything he believed in.
He did.
He gave up his own personal honor, and he pissed on his own religion. Two things that he held on to throughout the entire first season.
But I don't think that was to save his life.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think that was a cowardly thing of like, I must live. Oh my god, I'm scared. I think it was, if I go to the wall, I can raise an army and fucking take this kingdom back over and right this wrong course.
Yeah, or it was just Joffrey being a little twat and deciding he needed to kill somebody.
Well, no,
satiate his bloodlust.
Like that was Joffrey doing Joffrey thing. But I think why Ned admitted and said what he said was not to save his own life, but he realized at that moment his personal honor was nothing compared to what's going to happen.
Ned Stark was fucking greater good. Period. Whatever's for the greater good.
Yeah,
and that's what he always was.
Betraying his own personal honor and his religion was for that reason.
Okay, my favorite secondary character, Bronn.
Oh,
Bronn is cool.
Good. Bronn is a good secondary character.
He's a great he's a sellsword. He's just out there for the money. He happened to be there at the right place at the right time to help Tyrion out. And look at all the adventures he's gone on, and he's become a knight in the process.
Yeah,
no, that's
and
fair.
Keeps getting pulled in to do Lannister dirty work.
Well, the wolf was kick-ass too, though.
Well, yeah. Oh, the Hound?
Or the Hound, I'm sorry.
Hound.
Yeah, he was up there too, but Bronn, both of those guys are just so entertaining.
No, they definitely were.
One loves chicken, one loves horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roger loves both.
I do not love horse. I have the horror repellent ring on.
Is that what that is?
That's what this is. So that's how it was explained to me.
I thought it was your face.
No, what it explained to me is when a girl walks up and tries to talk to you, you just show them your wedding finger and they back away.
And then they take your hand, turn it toward them, and gently cup the tip.
No, that's not how it's explained. This repels the horse.
Is that what your wife told you?
Yes. And she'll listen to this episode and she'll be glad that I remembered her lessons.
But she won't be glad that you shared that story earlier.
About me humping the bed? Probably not.
You bed fucker.
Probably not.
I'm gonna fucking list you in my phone as bed fucker now.
You're on my phone as Chris Sexy.
And you're gonna call me and I'm like, what's up, bed fucker? And I just want to answer the phone in front of other people.
What's up, bed fucker? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Okay, and for me, most compelling character, Jaime Lannister.
Jaime Lannister is actually cool.
Because he started off trying to be a good knight, other than banging his sister. And then he did what was for the greater good for the kingdom by killing the Mad King to save thousands of lives. And now that he's come full circle, realized how horrible of a person he was, and tried to right the wrongs that he's done through Brienne of Tarth, who I don't think he loves or wants to have a relationship with. I think he looks at her as like his better self as far as being a great knight. He finally gets back to King's Landing after doing his family's bidding and sees his sister do exactly what he ruined his own life to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling next season we're going to see Jamie get a little stabby.
Well, the thing about Jamie is, they do such a good job with his character of walking that line between an honorable man and a villain. Because there are scenes where you're like, fucking right, Jamie. Yeah. And there's other scenes like during that whole fight, the whole siege of the tower, where he was like, you don't get it. I will kill you. I will kill your family. I will kill I will destroy your bloodline because I want to go home. Like, the honor was gone. It was just him saying, I want to go home. I want to fuck my sister and put this whole thing behind us.
Well, hold on. Time out, though. Like, that's the one thing that Game of Thrones does very, very well is they capture the human condition.
Very well.
There is not one of us that is inherently good, and the inherently good ones die too early.
Unless you're Ned Stark.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They die too early.
Like Ned Stark was...
They fucking die too early,
You know who else died too early? Hodor.
Took a long fucking time.
Still died too early.
Hold the door.
Shut up, Chris. Now I'm sad.
I'm not.
I'm sad.
At least Hodor didn't fuck a bed.
We don't know that.
He might have.
He might have fucked a bed.
He might have been slapping that shit on its bed ass.
I don't know if I didn't finish.
You don't know that.
Well, I mean, my pants weren't a mess when I woke up, so I'm assuming I didn't finish.
It could have fucking dried up by then.
I'm sure that'd have been Krusty's.
You don't know, man.
This just got gross.
When was the last time you... Experiment time. You need to fucking come all over the front of your pants.
Okay.
And then go to bed and see if you wake up with it there.
With Krusty's?
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of mattress do you have?
He's like, I need to buy a new bed.
Is it like a Tempur-Pedic?
Yeah, it's Tempur-Pedic. Yeah, it's a nice mattress.
What setting do you have for your...
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's a fucking pellet memory foam top,
okay.
whatever. I don't fucking fuck
So
that.
on that note...
What's your fucking...
Hold on. We are in week 2 of Geek Gets Fit.
We are.
The workouts still keep coming.
They do.
We both had our cheat days this weekend.
We did.
We'll hit it back on Monday. Just want to send a word of encouragement to all you geeks out there. Good job. Get fit. Get ripped.
And we're going to close it out on this note, guys. Fuck your bed. And follow us on Facebook or on Twitter at Entertaining Geeky.
You like us on Facebook
at Entertain the Geeky. And then send us an email. Talk to us. Comment on these podcasts. We want to hear from you guys. We love you guys.
We really do. Paul, thanks for coming by and chit-chatting with us. I hope you had a good time.
Oh, I did. Thanks for having me.
All right. Real quickly, a message to a special listener out there. Fuck you, Jason. This is your chance to tell your boss off.
Oh, that prick?
Yeah. That little jackass that sits in the office.
And he's going to sit there and not run around and listen to this podcast?
Yeah, just to hear your voice.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Hey, just remember, I got a lot of sick days.
Yeah, he does. So with that note, guys.
Stay geeky.
Fuck you, Chris Pine.
Fuck you up your stupid ass.
Speaking of fucking, tell your mom I'll call her later.
I'd appreciate that, but she raised her rates and she said you can no longer afford her. Tell your mom, however, I like the 2 for Tuesdays, and I'm down for Throwback Thursdays where I fuck her in the ass.
Oh, really? Tell your bed. I'm coming over tomorrow.
So real quickly, I watched a Chris Pine movie today, The Finest Hours, and it's where he plays a Coast Guard rescue guy, and it wasn't a smart movie. It was okay. It was a cute little movie, and I watched it. But Chris Pine, I don't know if he was trying to play Forrest Gump on a boat, but that's kind of how it came across. So he meets this woman. She's like, will you marry me? She asked.
I love you, Jenny.
And he went, no. And then she stormed out, and he followed her. He's like, okay, I'll marry you. And then they go on this whole fucking save a fucking tanker ship, and he's like, I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going. And fuck you, Chris Pine. Fuck you. That's $60, Brian Johannemeyer.
I'm not going to say that, Brent.